What up, what up? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Cheek the Sunflower. I'm just doing my sound check, mic check. Tap those hearts. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if we all the way live. Hey, we all the way live. Let me know. Yeah. Come on now. Dr. Sean. Yeah, yeah. Dr. Sean is always live. Come hang with the tribe. Good vibes. Yeah, we rise every time. Positive energy. Grow every day. We make a way. Yeah, we make a way. That's right. From the hood to the hooded, we standing true, telling our story. Yeah, this is true. History talking, wisdom revived. This ain't just a lie, this is life. Yes, Lord, I feel that. Talk to him. All the way live. All the way live. Hang with the tribe. Hang with the tribe. Hood to hoodie. Hood to hoodie. We survive. We survive. Yeah. 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 All the way live. Hang with the tribe. Hood to hoodie. We survive. Always live. Shine. We rise. Try. Yeah. Keep it going, don't stop. Hey, keep it going, don't stop. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Hood to Hooded podcast. I am your host, Dr. Cheek this Sunflower. Welcome to the tribe. If this is your first time catching me live, make sure you are tapping those hearts because it is free to tap those hearts and it is free to tune into this podcast. If you don't want to tap the hearts, at least you could do is share, drop some comments, let me know that how you feeling, where you watching from, send me some positive vibes. So OCO to all my Niji, sending love to the ancestors out there. I hope everyone is having a great Monday. This is my first Monday back since being out, like, what, terrible cold, I would call it. So yeah, I'm just in wonderful spirits today. So we're doing this live a little bit different, so make sure y'all tap the hearts on TikTok. Our goal is to get the 1K hearts, so if you got a couple seconds, use those spirit fingers and hype me up. If you're watching on any other platforms, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that subscribe button, because especially on YouTube, YouTube is taking me a while to grow, but I determined yesterday I got 7 more years of doing time in the YouTube pen. Because, a lot of times it takes people 10, 15, 20 years. I'm only 10 years in, so I got a while to go. We're not complaining because we are focused on our purpose. So today is Ask Dr. Sean. Drop into the live. Let me know what questions you have when it comes to oral hygiene, when it comes to teeth, when it comes to life, when it comes to going from hood to hooded, when it comes to dentistry, pre-dental, all of that good stuff. So whatever your question is, this is your opportunity to drop it in the chat. Now, don't y'all be shy. Don't be shy. Just drop your questions in the chat. Because normally I'm on here and I'm doing all of the talking, and I'm probably still going to do all of the talking, and that's okay. Like, that's what I'm live for, because I talk too much. You know what I'm saying? I talk too much, so we gonna get into it, and I'm just gonna be live for a little minute until I have to go, and then I'll come back. So let me know how you doing today. Let me know how you doing. Let's see what this is.
So don't run from me, friend.
Don't run from me, friend. Don't run from me, y'all. Don't run. So, wow, y'all trying to get your questions together, and I am paying attention to the chat. So, drop those questions in the chat. Tap those hearts if y'all can hear me, first of all, because one thing I hate about being live is when you can't even freaking hear me. So, make sure the sound is good first before we dive in. And since we don't have any questions right now, one thing I want to talk about is, of course, dentistry today. Normally, I'm going in with some deep, heavy history. Yesterday, we did live. It was 3 hours long. We went into Barbados. We talked about slave codes. We talked about some really deep stuff. So I kind of like to mix up the topics a little bit. So today we're going to switch it a little bit. All right. And do some oral hygiene. So drop those questions in the chat. Drop those questions in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop the questions in the chat. All right. And if you really support Dr. Sean, you're going to be dropping hearts in the chat, questions in the chat. If you don't, then you're going to keep on strolling. And that's okay, because I be trying to find my tribe, y'all. I've been going for a long time trying to find my tribe. The people who going to support me and support the podcast. And honestly, the podcast is really, really growing. And I'm not talking about the live podcast, because these live videos I do repurpose and put on like Spotify. It's the Hood to Hooded podcast. If you listen to podcasts on Apple, any of the podcast networks, you will find the Hood to the podcast. So a lot of the older episodes are there, and people have been finding it, and I'm just so grateful for my new tribe. So today is Ask Dr. Sean. Ask me your questions, but because we don't have any questions coming in, you got the free opportunity to chat with a dentist right now. Drop the questions. Don't be scared. But I will just talk just to start the conversation about oral hygiene, missing teeth, and dental implants. Clock that T if you got missing teeth. Or I guess that ain't clocking T if you got missing teeth. It'll be clocking T if you replace the missing teeth. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, guys. I gotta do a little I'm still not completely over my cold. It's still like, I gotta find my sanitizer. Hold on, let me get my hand sanitizer going. Hold on, let me get my sanitizer. I got my sanitizer. And it's a little chilly here. You got to keep those hands sanitized at all times when you're sick. All right. If you want to come live, ask me some questions. You can request to come live and ask your question live if you're not, too scared to go. So, your mouth is the front door to your health, guys. Tap the hearts where you watching from if you know that your mouth is the front door to your health. Okay? So if you're not paying attention to the front door, you know how they say sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep. Y'all remember that? The Williams brothers? Okay, that's, maybe y'all don't know about that. But your mouth is the front door to your health. Now everybody has a mouth, right? So we all got a front door to our health. So this ain't excluding nobody. This is a topic where everyone is included if you got a mouth. If you don't have a mouth, then you are not of this kind. Everyone has a mouth. Most people have teeth if they still have their teeth. And even if you have dentures, this conversation can still pertain to you. So we got that. So everything enters through your mouth. Food goes through your mouth. Bacteria, sugar, acid, disease. It's a lot of things happen in the mouth. It is a busy place. Talking happens. Your facial structure happens. All from the mouth. It helps the feeling how you look. Confidence happens with the mouth because, a lot of people's confidence stops right here. If you have poor oral hygiene, missing teeth, cavities, decay, things that people find embarrassing, which I deal with every day in the dental office, that's why I know that the front door is, not the front door, your mouth is the front door to your health. Okay? So here's the crazy part. Most people will begin to treat their teeth like they are optional. I don't know where the hell they get that from because teeth are not optional. They are a very, very important part of your oral hygiene. But that's how most people do. They be like, this is optional. They would wash their car every week. They would spend $200 on sneakers. They would wait in line for the Jordans. They would get those lace fronts every 2 weeks. And I'm realizing, because I used to do hair now. I've been in the hair game. I came from the older school where it was sew-ins. It was a little bit more difficult. We had the LC dudes. We had the 27 pieces. I was doing Senegalese twists, braids, all of that. And I seen women, this is when I was in dental school and before dental school, braiding hair, doing hair. I seen women pay $200-$300 for their hair. And sometimes, like now with the lace fronts, you have to get those replaced pretty often. I don't really get lace fronts as much. I do still wear wigs every now and then, but I prefer my scalp for some reason. As I've gotten older, the wigs just don't hit the same with my scalp. They just don't mix no more. But with the lace fronts, I'm noticing just the wig alone, sometimes people are paying $300 to, we'll say, $700. $300 to $700 just for the hair, right? People will pay $200 to $300 for shoes once a month, or clothes, or they on TikTok shopping and doing all this. Imagine if the fillings that you need, the cavities that you need to have repaired, if you thought about those the way you think about your hair, if you thought about those the way you think about your shoes, your car, your mouth would be in such a better condition where you don't have to spend money down the road because of neglect. What most people don't realize is that taking care of the front door before the front door fall off is the best solution. I'm talking to the youth out there because some people have gotten stuck in their ways. They're not going to brush and floss, and I see it when they come into the office. They're like, well, I just forgot again. You have that lackadaisical attitude about your front door. You're not brushing, you're not flossing, you got your taxes, and you was like, girl, bump these teeth. I'm going to get me some J's. Okay. Them J's ain't going to help you chew. Them J's is not going to help you smile and have confidence. What you should have did was took that $200 to $300. You got a MO cavity sitting on tooth number 4, and you should have took that $200 and $300 to fix that cavity before it turned into a root canal. I'm talking about cash. I ain't talking about, well, I don't have dental insurance. Fuck dental insurance at this point. Right now we talk about health insurance that you must care for yourself. Dental insurance is not the end all be all to you taking care of your teeth. Dentists accept cash. They accept debit cards, credit cards, just like TikTok Shop, just like Jordan, and just like the lace front wig specialist. They accept it. So you don't have to say, well, I don't have insurance. Call around, get your cleaning, figure out what's going on. Even if, this is a hack now, even if you have to go to a dental school, even if you have to go to a student to have your work done, just have it done. Trust me. Trust me. Don't be one of those people crying 20, 30 years later like, damn, I wish I had brushed my teeth All them days I was sitting playing PlayStation, going live with Snicker bars and drinking soda every 2 seconds, and the acid is eroding my teeth. Why the hell I ain't brushing my teeth? Okay, I'm gonna stop fussing, because I don't like to fuss, because my patient might be watching and they might be like, Dr. Sean, you don't be fussing like that in the office, because I be trying to like deal with people with anxiety, so I have to handle each patient carefully, but publicly, y'all not paying me, so I don't really got to care about your feelings. I just got to tell you the truth about oral hygiene, right? So people will spend $200 on sneakers, $900 on the lace front, $5,000 on a vacation, and their whole dental treatment plan was only $2,000. But instead of handling that business, now you in Jamaica with a toothache. Who been there, done that before? Been on vacation, been at an important meeting, been at work, been at school, and then, oh my God, that cavity started. That cavity started take me through there, take me through there. That cavity said, take me through that. I'm not laughing, I'm just saying. That's what the cavity was saying. It was like, take me through there, because you ain't take care of the front door to your health, the oral cavity, right? Then one day, you've been skipping your 2 minutes of brushing and 1 minute of flossing every day. One day you wake up with excruciating pain and you like, what the hell is this? This is worse than having a baby, they say. This will make a grown man cry, they say. And then you realize, dang, I have a hole in my tooth. I have an infection. Or maybe you have a missing tooth, right? And then suddenly the doctor says, hey, we can take this tooth out for you. But here's what people don't understand. Every tooth in your mouth has a job. Teeth are not simply for smiling. Yes, they make it a lot easier. They make people feel happier when they smile. Their teeth are healthy. It's like, yeah, you get ready for pictures. You got a wedding coming up, shit like that, graduation. You like, yeah, let me smile. But then if you don't brush and floss, you're like, yeah, let me frown, or let me do this right here. You know, you want to smile, right? But teeth aren't just for smiling. They help you chew, okay? They help you digest your food properly. They help you speak clearly. They help you maintain your facial structure, which we mentioned all this earlier. And they protect your jaw bone health. When a tooth goes missing, what happens when you start to eliminate the teeth out of your mouth? When you start to get that pain and then you're stuck in a position where you don't know why it has gotten so bad, you wait until the tooth starts crying for help to help it. The whole time the tooth needed help, but you was just like, well, it ain't hurting. How many of us, well, it ain't hurting, so I'm going to leave it alone. I got a tooth right now, I got to admit. I got a tooth right now that needs probably an extraction. Yeah, I got this cavity from a wisdom tooth that was growing in like a train. It was growing in like this. You know, your teeth grow up. This wisdom tooth was growing in like this, and it impacted the other tooth and caused a cavity on that tooth. I had the wisdom tooth removed, but on this tooth, I feel like I need an extraction. I feel like I'm not ready. So dentists can be scared of procedures as well, but we still have to get it done. I know that if I don't get it done, then guess what happens? I'm going to have the same pain. We all going to have the same pain. So when one tooth goes missing, it starts a domino effect in your mouth. So if you got one tooth missing, I want you to point to that area right now. Go. Is it here? Where is it in your mouth? Because every tooth, remember, has a job. Thank you for tapping those hearts. Tea Time Beauty, thank you for reposting and getting that #1 gifter badge. I appreciate that. Hold on, y'all. Let me figure out where my sounds at. Thank you, Tea Time Beauty. Hey, good to see you as well. I appreciate that. How you feeling today? A dentist? Oh, that's the AI. TikTok got so much AI summaries on here. It's crazy. AI is taking over, y'all. But anywho, that's what teeth are for. They help you chew. They help you digest your food properly. They help you speak clearly, maintain your facial structure, keep the bone in your jaw healthy, so that hopefully you can get implants in the future. I love your purple everything. Yes, you see I'm purple out. Obviously, you can tell that's my favorite color, and I think it's because that was my graduation robe and gown and stuff. So I just kind of fell in love with the purple thing. It kind of reminds me of dentistry, which pretty much has saved my life. I want to keep my teeth. Listen, me too. I'm trying to keep my teeth too, which is why I felt like this was the perfect live for today. It's about oral hygiene, because at the end of the day, that's my trade. I mean, that's my training. I'm a dentist at the end of the day. I'm a dentist more than I'm a historian. I just love history, but I love dentistry too. So whenever you have a tooth that's missing, so if you have a tooth missing in your mouth, I'm not talking about wisdom teeth, go and point to that area. That's an area where you potentially have a domino effect happening. The other teeth will start moving when you start to lose teeth. Your bone begins to shrink, your bite changes, your facial features can change, and it can age you faster. So today we're talking about how to prevent tooth loss, what happens when teeth go missing, and about dental implants. I'll also give you some daily habits that can save you thousands of dollars and save you years of pain. You and your family and your kids. Because most dental problems are preventable, right? There is not magic. Dentists don't do magic. You don't have to prevent it with expensive products. This is just knowledge and consistency. And remember, guys, consistency doesn't have to be perfect. I have patients who, between their 6-month recalls, they come in, they say, Doc, when I left the dentist, I was doing good, but when life starts to happen, you get out of the consistency with your oral hygiene because everything else suddenly becomes more important. Can our teeth tell us about the lives we have lived? Anthropology, dentistry, and history go together. Absolutely. Anthropology, dentistry, and history absolutely go together. And that could actually be a whole nother topic. And I actually may do that topic, actually. Because I think the history of dentistry is so intriguing. Even coming from, like, when I talk about a lot of the inequalities in dentistry, I remember one of my professors telling me about how his mom had to go to the veterinarian dentist because they weren't, when you were melanated, when you were Amerindian, or when you were misclassified, you weren't allowed to go to the regular dentist. So this stuff goes deep when it comes to especially health. You are my role model. Aw, thank you. I was going to clap for that, but I just want to say thank you. Right? So you don't have to fix your dental problems with expensive stuff. This is all prevention, guys. So today we're going to raise your dental IQ so that you can take care of your teeth. Starting with number 1, why people lose teeth. So if you lost a tooth, you probably know why you lost a tooth. One of the most biggest reasons why people lose teeth is what? Can we guess in the chat? What's the number 1 reason why people lose teeth? Anybody know? What is the number 1 reason? It's so easy. It is not even a trick question, guys. It is so easy. That was a Taco Bell sign. Cavities! Oh, yes. We got some good answers. They become black and decay. Cavities. Yes. You guys are both right. The number 1 answer is tooth decay, aka cavities. So y'all both got it right. That's the number 1 reason why people lose their teeth. Cavities, if you don't know, are caused by bacteria. Your mouth is dirtier than the toilet. Your mouth is one of the dirtiest places on the body because of the high load of bacteria. And most people don't know that every day you have to brush your teeth to reduce the bacterial load, to reduce the bacteria in your saliva in your mouth, to reduce the amount of acid that they can create to destroy your teeth. When this bacteria is in high amounts on your teeth, you're eating whatever you want, you're feeding it soda. Soda is what? Acid. The bacteria break down the sugar that you eat. Everything we eat basically turns into sugar, right? it breaks down into sugar. So once this sugar breaks down, the bacteria ferment that sugar. They produce acid. This acid sits on your teeth and it breaks down the enamel. Now, if you don't know, enamel is the hardest substance in the body. That is the sizzling feeling I feel. I love soda. Yes, the sizzling feeling from the soda is the acid not decapitating. Not decapitating. Hell, it might be. Sometimes it does decapitate your teeth.
Oh shit, I never heard that before.
Oh, that was funny.
Don't let soda decapitate the teeth. You get a lot of people start drinking soda then, boy.
Damn, it's decapitating my
Have
teeth.
you or a loved one been experiencing symptoms
Who said
such as
that?
coughing, wheezing, or shortness of breath? I'm
No,
sorry.
that's this little sound effects that I got.
Oh, you lying?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was funny.
I don't know if I can love soda anymore.
What live you on? Is it that?
TikTok, Facebook, YouTube.
That's insane.
Boy, I done tickle myself with that one. I wouldn't drink no soda. I don't know if I want no more soda either.
Yes.
If it's gonna decapitate my teeth.
Because acid could be like swords. Acid is like baby swords. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, guys. Acid is like baby swords. Every time you take a gulp of that soda, it's chopping into your teeth like an axe to a tree. Like, you know how it take a very long time, like when you're chopping down a tree? It takes time, but you're getting...
He's talking about not them justifying it, LOL.
So, you want to be the driver. You want to be in the driver's seat of your
Not around here, partner. Not around here. Not around here.
Not around here, baby.
Oh, Lord, that was too funny. You said acid is like a sword. I needed this laugh.
Yeah.
It was so unintentional to laugh. Like,
Yeah.
well, we now know that soda can decapitate your teeth.
They should put that inside the dental dictionary. And they should tell all doctors to tell that to people now.
The people gonna be scared.
Yeah. This should be...
They should put that warning on soda. This soda will decapitate your teeth.
Yes, yeah. And let's see how much soda goes up. Right?
You're like, I love soda, but you love getting your teeth decapitated. Let me stop, okay? Oh, I wonder if he forgot.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why
Maybe see if he at the front.
I just came from the front.
I wonder if they forgot.
I came to the front like twice.
Thank you, Tea Time Beauty. Talk about propaganda, LOL. Boy, I done laughed for the day. I got my laugh for the day. If y'all don't learn nothing else about teeth today, just know that your teeth can be decapitated from the soda, okay? Lord, that was too funny. All right. Let me get back focused. So y'all got that answer right. Cavities, tooth decay caused by bacteria. The bacteria mixed with the sugar, it produces acid. The acid dissolves the enamel, which is the hardest substance in the body. Right? Oh, what's going on here? I done laughed so hard, I done messed up my keyboard. Once the acid breaks down the enamel, guys, remember enamel is the hardest substance in the body. It's so funny why I changed the subject. I know, because I got some more good stuff to talk about, right? That tickled the hell out of me, though. Like, I don't know what made me say that, but it was funny. So once you get this enamel breakdown, if you don't treat it, which is why most people end up losing the teeth later, if you don't treat the enamel breakdown, then the bacteria, the acid starts to infiltrate the inside of the tooth. Right? It goes from the enamel to the inside of the tooth, which is dentin. And then if it goes deeper, you still didn't go to the dentist. You still waited. It's decapitating your teeth.
So
then it get to the nerve. And then once it decapitate the nerve, listen, it's over.
So you're telling me the enamel is one of the hardest bone structures we have in our
Hey,
body.
talk to them real quick. I gotta blow my nose.
Well, I don't have on nothing to talk
Well,
with.
just talk to them.
Guys, so listen. So this is what I'm thinking. If the enamel is one of the toughest bones in the body, right? And a soda can break through your enamel, get into the canals, and hit your nerves. What are they putting into these sodas, guys? Like, listen. I gotta say this one more time. If your teeth, enamel, is one of the strongest bones in your body, how then can acid from soda?
You said what now? What you telling
So,
them?
no, listen.
Did I hear you tell them that the enamel is the strongest bone in the body?
One of them, right?
No, it's stronger than the bone.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now let me update it.
You got bone, but enamel is harder than bone.
So now let me update it. So let me get my sense correct.
They're breaking into enamel. Facts.
So that's what I'm saying. So no, this is what I'm saying. So I'm really puzzled because you know how you know things until you actually know things.
Yeah.
It mess your mind up. So if the enamel is not considered a bone,
no,
but it's one of the stronger
it's stronger than
the bones in your body.
Yes.
So if it's the strongest thing on your body, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's the hardest.
It's the hardest substance in your body. So how can a soda that you get an innocent soda, you just wanted something to drink, just to, from your dinner, from your lunch. You're really innocent when you're doing this.
You actually decapitating your teeth.
But you're hurting yourself.
It tastes good though. I'm gonna tell you something. Sugar is very addictive.
But the question I have is this.
So you could be addicted to decapitating your teeth.
Yes, that's true. But the question I have is this though. If the enamel is that strong and soda can break through the strongest bone on your body, what's inside the soda?
What's inside the soda? Well, they use use. Oh, I got tissue. I'm jacked up, y'all.
Alright.
It's gone.
That's all I'm saying, guys. That's crazy.
So it says, just to give y'all an idea, enamel is 7 to 10 times harder than bone.
Jeez.
7 to 10 times harder. So enamel is 96% mineral by weight and very little organic mix. He said nice joke. Shani said nice joke.
To who?
I don't know. I guess to you. I just drank a bunch of poppy. It really is something that feels good, but it's bad for me. Just like people decapitate animals. Is that the elephant
in the room?
I mean, I think they break it into enamel.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me make a better.
So I don't know.
Let me say something.
It's kind of like they do an invasion into the enamel.
You just read my mind.
It's kind of like
listen. I was just gonna say that.
Go ahead.
So let me take it as medicines, guys. If you
He's not a dentist now.
No, I'm not a dentist.
He's just telling y'all what people would.
I'm an assistant though. I can assist you with something. Yeah. But listen, what I'm saying is this: if you want to get robbed today, go and get a soda. Go get a poppy. Just go. If you feel like getting robbed today, go and get you a poppy. I'm just being honest because they're coming to your house like straight jackers. They're kicking down your enamel door.
This is how they coming in your house.
Please show them. What they did?
I'll do it again.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh man. Hey, listen. Hey, I don't. She's the doctor. Hey, listen.
This is how they coming in your house when they getting ready to decapitate your teeth. That's it.
Bad boys.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I drink on you?
Bad boys. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when I drink on you? So think about that. Every time you hear that little click sign that you just popped open, you just about to get robbed. You're about to be robbed.
You about to be robbed. As soon as you hear that psh,
them boys coming through that door.
Thank you for caring. Knowledge is power. Facts, guys. Let's see if I missed any more comments. I really do have to think about this to not buy them, and I feel like it's funny, but you're actually just losers. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dang, what's going on here? Yeah, so it feels so good. I'm guilty of it too. I mean, I'm not saying that you gotta eliminate every.
I don't drink soda
but
like that though. Sometimes
it's really
I do.
bad for your teeth. Is this your 5 minutes of fame? Make it last as long as you can. I don't know what that means.
Who that? Oh, that's probably like just like a troller.
I don't know. They said, "Is this 5 minutes of fame?" I
Well,
don't know.
not to add, she went viral before, like so. I don't think she had 5 minutes
Nah,
of fame.
this ain't 5
And
minutes.
she
of
been
fame
viral
right
before,
here.
like 12 million views and 20 million views. So I don't think this is her first 5 minutes of fame. But this is your first 5 minutes of
Somebody
fame,
said, "Anyways."
right? Because you a nobody, obviously, and
Anywho.
you're trying to make yourself somebody.
Let's move on, guys. Let's keep it positive. We do not pay attention to trolls. I block trolls, so you know.
Sorry,
I don't even communicate with trolls.
but back on subject at hand.
So I said, "That's what's up." What?
Come on, back on subject at hand.
I'm trying to figure out: are you a troll or are you talking shit? Cause I gotta block you if you are a troll. Yes or no?
We ain't gotta pay.
Nah, I block trolls.
We don't need to give our energy to him. Let him keep talking to you and know if he's a troll or not, and then block him later.
Yeah,
but
block
back on
trolls.
subject. We don't got time for him.
So cavities are the number one reason why people lose their teeth. Because we was talking about why do people lose their teeth. It is because of cavities. And y'all got that right. You are trolling me. No, I'm not trolling you. Unless you let bacteria decapitate your teeth, then I might be trolling you. But
don't let people like him steal the energy. You got people that's listening to the truth.
Don't
focus on him.
Immaculate Nails, how you doing?
Yeah, don't focus on him.
So basically, we got to the point where the acid was breaking down the enamel. It got into the dentin. It got into the nerve. It started to cause an infection, and this is when you get to the point where your tooth needs a root canal, a crown, or an extraction. Now the problem is a lot of people can't afford to have a root canal and crown.
Man, just
they
block
may
him.
not have
Let's just get rid of him because I don't know what he's talking about, and you're interrupting him. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he came in something. I don't know what he's talking about.
You said just block him?
Yeah, just get rid of him. I came in and asked what you claim to be talking about. Block. Get out of here, man. This ain't the time for us to figure out what you got going on in life.
So that person got blocked because I just block people. I don't really got time.
Yeah, man.
So basically, we was talking about the number one reason why people lose their teeth, and I kind of got a little confused.
Sodas, we know can help cause
Where was
that.
No, we was talking about the number one reason. We was giving them a couple of reasons.
But what's the number one reason?
Cavities.
But where cavities come from?
Acid from sugar and bacteria. So it comes from a... Nah, this is a safe space, definitely. It's always a safe space here. It comes from cavities. So cavities is a little bit like a chemistry project, right?
Okay.
Because you get the sugar, you got the bacteria, they get together, they produce acid. The acid get on your enamel, it breaks it down, it goes into the nerve. If you wait too long, it gets worse and worse and worse.
So question.
That's the point.
So let's break down some things
that
cause cavities.
That's what we just did that.
Oh, like did you ever listen to things like even bread? God, I just want to add one thing.
Everything breaks down to sugar.
I was about to say that. Bread,
everything breaks down to sugar.
I was just going to say that, guys. The number one thing that's a secret is bread breaks down as sugar. So even though you might be eating healthy, eating sandwiches,
smoothies, all of this is sugar.
That still break down as sugar. Understand that. So not only so you can be like I don't eat candy, I don't drink sodas, I don't eat none of that stuff. So why I still have a cavity?
Everything you eat break down to sugar.
Facts. Besides vegetables,
they break down to sugar. So when you hear sugar, people think about sweet sugar, but everything is a sugar, like a carbohydrate, basically.
Yeah.
Everything breaks down into these smaller particles that the bacteria love and that they can turn into acid.
Let me ask you that question.
Everything.
How many people you think know
Besides water.
How many people think you know? But how many people you think knew that? Question, guys. How many of y'all knew that everything break down as sugar?
Most things, I'll say. Not everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Majority of everything you eat break down to sugar.
You know what I mean? How many of y'all knew that? Because that's crazy work. So that means you really got to be watching to the full extent of what you do, what you eat, and how many times you eat it.
The real question is, are you brushing your teeth? Are you brushing
Flossing,
the
yeah.
sugar off of your teeth? Are you flossing the sugar from between your teeth?
There
Are
you
you
go.
brushing your tongue? Are you eliminating the sugar in your diet? Because some sugar, like soda, has a lot of acid already. So soda is going to come with sugar and acid already embedded into the mix. So if you're drinking soda, this is automatically going to decapitate your teeth, basically. Right? So that's why I said not everything, but most of the things that we eat is carbohydrates, and this breaks down into sugar. You know, fats don't break down to sugar. Water doesn't break down into sugar. It's a couple other things like proteins and other things, but you know, for the most part, bread, pasta, rice, sweets, fruit, all gets digested and it breaks down into sugar. Hence diabetes, which is a disease of the blood, which is blood sugar. Okay? So let's continue on. Now, the second reason why people lose teeth. Does anybody know? I'm pretty sure most people don't know, so I'm just going to tell you. It's because of gum disease. If you ever heard your dentist say you have gum disease, you have periodontal disease, even gingivitis can lead into periodontal disease. So this is actually the number one cause of tooth loss in adults. It is gum disease. It's a silent killer, guys. You might not even know you have gum disease. 9 times out of 10, if you haven't done a checkup, you haven't been to the dentist, you're not brushing, you're not flossing, and when you do, you get bleeding gums, you probably have some type of gum disease starting, or it may already be active. If you have bacteria buildup around your gums, you know, you get the calculus. You can look in the mirror and see for yourself. You don't even have to be a dentist. You can look in there and see when your enamel has something caked up on it. In the old school days, we used to call this plaque, butter, you know, tartar, all of these different things. This stuff sits on your teeth. This is byproducts of the bacteria that we're talking about, or from the food that you leave lingering. You just leaving the bacteria, a couple snacks. So when they go to have their little midnight party, you ain't flossed. They got a little refrigerator right here full of fried chicken. Bruh. They got a little fridge full of fried chicken. And the bacteria in your mouth, they like, this is what they thinking.
We're rich.
They like, we rich, baby. They left fried chicken on between these teeth. Yes! We eating good tonight. They said, what the bacteria said to you? They said,
We're rich.
they said they rich. They rich. They got food for days because you're not brushing your teeth. Every time you brush your teeth, the bacteria do not like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. Their numbers decrease and you save your smile. Right? Got it. So, this is the number one reason why most adults will lose their teeth is because of gum disease. Think about it. Once your gums get inflamed from not brushing, from the inflammation, you got bleeding gums, the bacteria are destroying the gums, they're separating the tooth from the gum, and then you start to get pockets, is what they're called. And this is when you get bone loss, and then the tooth becomes separated from the bone, and eventually the tooth is out here, and it becomes wiggly, and then it's lost. That's basically what happens. Then one day you'll show up to your dentist and say, dang, doc, my teeth just started moving. They just gonna start moving on your ass. And you're gonna be like, why the hell my teeth moving? Not knowing the whole time you got gum disease. And the dangerous thing about gum disease, the reason why it's a silent killer, because sometimes these type of things don't hurt the way a cavity will hurt. How we just described a cavity going inside of the tooth, infiltrating the nerve, decapitating the tooth. The cavities are very dangerous. But gum disease is even more dangerous because you can have those wiggly teeth. Some of you guys right now got a couple teeth moving. That is a sign of gum disease. Tooth mobility. And what can the dentist do about mobility? Especially if it gets to a level 3, which is the worst. We can't do nothing but take the tooth out. And then people will say, well, I could just get an implant. Well, you need bone to get an implant. And if you're dealing with gum disease, you're not brushing, you're not flossing, you won't be a good candidate for an implant because you're still going to lose bone because you don't know how to take care of your oral cavity, right? You need bone for an implant. And when the teeth start moving, I promise you, it didn't just happen overnight. You've been doing this bad habit for a very long time. It did not start yesterday. Some people come in here and they want everything fixed so quick. They got 10 cavities. They need 2 root canals. I'm like, hey, calm down. We're not going to fix this overnight. It is not going to be fixed overnight because, first of all, you need a mindset shift. Because we don't want to fix all this stuff and then you still don't know that brushing and flossing is the #1 thing. Some people feel like, oh, well, I just get everything fixed and it's going to look all nice. But what happens when you go home? When you don't have the dentist there fussing at you. When you don't have Dr. Sean live telling you, hey, man, I told you you're going to lose your teeth if you don't brush and floss. If you don't get those small cavities fixed. And I'm going to throw this in really quick. Right now, dentistry is moving forward. We have so many advances in dentistry. You got the AI. You got different solutions coming out. Ask your dentist about a solution called Curodont. This is something that can stop cavities when they're really small and you don't need a drill. You don't need anesthesia. So if you going into the dentist and you catching this stuff early, you one of the people who like, you know what, Dr. Sean done scared the hell out of me. I'm going to get my teeth checked up. And they say, hey, we're going to be watching these 3 teeth. Say, hey, can you do Curodont where you can stop this decay before it goes into the nerve? Just like what we talked about. If you can stop it right when it starts to break down the enamel, there is something called Curodont. Curodont. You can't access it, but the dentist can access it, and they can put it on and stop that decay right in its tracks and re-mineralize your teeth. This is unheard of. You don't need a drill. It is so easy to apply. Like, I love this solution for teeth that I normally would have to just say, hey, we're going to watch these 5 areas. Now I can actually do something. Okay? So think about that. You don't have to wait until the decay gets inside of the tooth. Do something now. And I promise you, say you got 4 spots that are starting to get a cavity. You sign yourself up for Curodont. That treatment might cost you $300, $400, $500 versus you waiting until they turn into fillings, and then now these fillings cost $300 a piece. This is taking your treatment plan up to like $1,500, and then say you still didn't get the fillings done. Now you got 3 root canals and 3 crowns. This is going to take your price up to about $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. And then say you said, you know what, I don't waited too long, I don't have $7,000, just take those teeth out. Now remember, when you take those teeth out, this is a domino effect. Now you're losing bone. Now your teeth have a big gap. Now you have space. Now a whole bunch of other things happen. So the moral of the story is take care of your damn teeth. Okay? The #3 reason why people lose teeth may be no fault of their own. Sometimes it's from trauma. Sometimes the tooth just break. Accidents happen. Car accidents happen. Grinding. Some people grind their teeth down because they're so stressed out. They grind it and they don't realize, hey, I need a night guard. They crack their teeth from like stressing sometimes. And we live in a very high stress environment nowadays where a lot of people might be grinding their teeth and don't know, hey, maybe I need to go get an over-the-counter night guard to prevent destroying that enamel. Because think about it. You got your teeth here on the top and bottom and they come together. And when you grind your teeth in your sleeve, you're grinding that enamel away. And remember, when you take the enamel away, eventually it goes into the nerve, and this is going to create sensitivity. This is going to create the same pain like a tooth infection or a cavity most of the time. Another thing is accidents. A lot of women deal, and men too, I can't exclude men, deal with domestic violence. I've had patients who came in for domestic violence, broken jaws, things like this. So it's so many ways how people lose their teeth, and it's so sad and unfortunate, and it's just really sad, so sometimes it's no fault of your own, but a lot of times, most of the time, it's through what? Gum disease and cavities. All right. So what happens when a tooth is missing? We kind of touched on this a little bit. Most people think, oh, it's just one tooth, but your mouth works like a sports team. How many of y'all watching football, basketball, you know that one person cannot beat a whole team of bacteria? Your mouth is like a sports team. It has to work together. When one player leaves, say you get this big molar back here, you like, You like, man, bump that molar. That molar is hurting. I ain't trying to say that molar. Or you not brushing that molar and you lose that molar. Those molars have a purpose. They're meant to be the big dogs, like chewing up your food, getting it ready for your digestive system so that your digestive system doesn't have to work as hard. When people are missing all those molars, they can't chew food efficiently. Now you're chewing on the front teeth. The front teeth are not meant to be chewing teeth. They're meant to incise your food. They're meant to cut the food and then deliver it to your molars, which chomp the food, which delivers it to your stomach and your esophagus so that it can go to your intestines and, you know, extract all the nutrients. But when that one player leaves and you start getting rid of players on your team, you start getting rid of all the teeth in your mouth, you just be like, extract, extract, extract. That is not a solution to your oral hygiene problem. It's just not a solution. And I hate to say it, that's what most people think. Well, I'm going to wait till it hurts and then I'm going to get an extraction. And in some kind of way, I'm going to be happy in the end. Don't set yourself up for the okie doke. I told y'all, instead of the lace front sometime, go get that filling done, man. You're going to feel so much better with your new hairdo. And you got a filling. And your teeth good. Now you a real baddie. You a real baddie. I'm telling you. Okay? So when you start missing these teeth, the teeth start to move. They start drifting. This causes you to have crooked teeth. Your bite starts to be off. You can get spacing between your teeth. You start to get food traps. It's just not fun when you start to miss teeth and extract all your teeth and you think that this is life. And you think that, okay, well, one day I'm going to get an implant. Do you know how much an implant costs? It's going to be more than it costs to save your teeth. So why do all of that and have to get an implant when you could just brush your teeth? Why? I'm still going through this little cold, guys. It's just like taking over my life. It's taking over my freaking life, man. I don't see no questions coming into the chat. Y'all done got quiet. Y'all done got quiet, or is I'm just teaching a lot and y'all like, whoa, Doc, you scaring the hell out of me. Alright, so opposing teeth can super erupt. So super eruption is something that happens when you don't have your teammate no more, right? So remember, with the teeth are teammates. You got the top, the maxillary. You got the bottom, the mandibular. So your top teeth, maxillary. Your bottom teeth is your mandibular teeth, right? And they go together. So say you got a molar on the top that helps you chew the food on the bottom. And say one day you get a cavity, you don't notice, then the tooth start hurting, and you have to get this molar on the top removed. Now this tooth here doesn't have a match. So what happens? It begins to super erupt. It doesn't have anything holding it into the place it's supposed to be in. You done took its match out. Now it's like, where's my match? So it's erupting out of the bone trying to find a match. And then this tooth will start to be higher than the other teeth. It's going to start to elevate out of the bone until you can start to see the root. And then eventually you lose that tooth too. It's just like a free extraction sometimes. And your bite becomes off, right? Then you get bone loss. So once you lose the teeth, your bone needs teeth to stay strong, right? So if you lose the teeth, you lose the bone. The root of the tooth stimulates the bone. So when the tooth is gone, the bone shrinks. That's why people who lose their front teeth, or really any of your teeth, you get the sunken facial appearance. You get the appearance like your face is sunk in. FYP, right? It looks like you can see their skull. You can see their bones in their face. The teeth do so much. Most people don't know that when you become edentulous, you lose 5 to 6 years of your life because you don't have a proper way to process your food. This is educational learning so much. I'm so happy that you are learning and that this is helping us like care about our smile, right? So what about dental implants? Because a lot of people are interested in dental implants. This is the way The world is moving. Implants are here to stay. A lot of people who are missing teeth qualify for implants, and some of them don't. If you have diabetes, you won't be a candidate. If you have a lot of health conditions, you may not be a candidate. But if you pretty much overall healthy, you can get implant to replace those missing teeth, so you don't have that sunken facial appearance. You're not losing bone. Your team can have another teammate, so you can chew efficiently again. And if you don't know what an implant is, this is like a replacement root. I wish I could pull it up on the screen. If I was better prepared, I would be able to pull it up here. But go and Google an implant. It's like a little screw, right? It's a small titanium screw, basically, post, placed into the jaw. It goes into place of where your root was. It fuses to the bone in a process called osseointegration. And after the implant fuses to the bone, you can get a crown on top, and it looks like your tooth was never missing. Now, what are the benefits of you getting an implant in that spot? Remember earlier we said, fill in your mouth, you got a missing tooth, maybe you need an implant. You need something, okay? The implant is going to restore your chewing strength. It's going to prevent that bone loss that we talked about, maintain your facial structure, and it feels like a natural tooth. And another thing is, it lasts for decades, and implants don't get cavities. That doesn't mean you shouldn't brush and floss your teeth. It's just saying that an implant doesn't get cavities. Alright? So who would be a candidate for implants? Many healthy adults are candidates for implants. If you have enough bone, healthy gums, good oral hygiene, that's definitely required, guys. You can't be like, well, I'm going to get an implant and I don't have to brush. Some people be like, I'm going to get veneers and stuff. They get all these new teeth and they don't want to brush. This is mean you have to brush and floss actually more. When you have cosmetic work done, you should be an excellent brusher and flosser. Even if you're going to get work done in the future, start preparing your oral hygiene routine right now. Don't wait until you get the work done and think that you just automatically going to become this excellent brusher and flosser, because you're not. Brushing and flossing is one of the most simplest tasks of daily living that most people don't do. Just think about that. I'm talking about PhD to MD to high school to kids. Some people got it and some people don't. Some people don't play by themselves and some people play by themselves. Some people don't play by their hair, but they play by their teeth. Some people don't play by their shoes, but they play by their teeth. Some people don't play by their vacation, but they play about their teeth. What are you playing with? What are you gambling when you play about your teeth? You're gambling with your facial structure. You're gambling with your ability to eat. You're gambling with the longevity of your life. You're gambling with the quality of your life. You gambling with that. So why not go get that checkup, see where you stand at, so you don't have no surprises. The patients who are on point, they come in every 6 months, they get into the routine, they're spending $300-400 a year. Sorry, guys. They spending $300-400 a year just to get their annual cleaning, their x-rays, if they're joining like a membership. Maybe it might be like $500 or $600 a year. But that's it. Y'all out here spending thousands of dollars on stuff that have nothing to do with your health. Stuff that is not going to get you better to a healthier place as you get older. Okay? Even patients with bone loss may qualify for bone grafts, sinus lifts, and advanced implant procedures, but it's all depending on who you are. You have to get a CBCT scan to see where your bone is, etc. Now, how do we prevent these problems, guys? How do we prevent these problems where we got to get implants? We got to pay $5,000-6,000 for one implant, or if you need a whole mouth, this could be somewhere from $50,000 to $90,000. Yes, dentistry can sometimes be that high. When you have a person who is desperately seeking that smile again, they let themselves go so far down and they want that smile replaced, it can cost that much. But guess what? People pay it because teeth that important. You don't realize how important the teeth is because you've been having on, you've been getting the hair done, you got the nails done, you got the makeup done, you've been ignoring the teeth until you realize, oh damn, I did all of this. But the teeth is actually what? The gateway to the health. Is the gateway to beauty. Don't play with it. Your teeth are the gateway to beauty. The gateway to confidence. Now, how do you avoid needing implants in the first place? The habits that save teeth. This is very, very important. Yeah, we talked about the ways you can fix it, what happens when it breaks down, but what happens when you brush your teeth twice a day with a soft toothbrush? And my patients, I'm always an advocate for recommending the electric toothbrush, the Oral-B IO. I'm a fan of the Oral-B IO. I don't get paid from Oral-B, none of that, but they came and they gave me a free electric toothbrush one day as a dentist, and I was like, well, damn, my teeth feel cleaner. So I had real life experience of switching from manual to electric, and I noticed a clear difference. I was obviously missing a lot of plaque. If you switch your toothbrush today, if you don't go to the dentist, you say, Dr. Sean, I can't afford it right now. Whatever your excuse is, at least switch your toothbrush to electric. I just got new toothbrush heads per your reminder. Yes, like switching your toothbrush heads, very, very important. If you have an electric toothbrush, don't keep using the same head forever. You know, if you can get an electric toothbrush, make sure you even switching out your manual. Now, some people are like, I can't afford it. Hey, I have patients who use the manual and they still do good. But I'm always saying, hey, we can elevate your oral hygiene routine by switching to the electric toothbrush. Some people don't like it, but I think it's amazing when you can use the tools that help us get better, right? This is going to remove the plaque where the disease starts, okay? Another tip is to floss every day. Y'all already know in the hood, we come from hood to hood, and we not taught the floss. Yeah, we taught the floss money, taught to floss, you know, all that, but we not taught to floss. We not taught the floss. We taught the floss other ways, flossing people's face, but not floss when you go to that bathroom and brush your teeth, right? So flossing is non-negotiable. As a patient of motivational dentistry, flossing is non-negotiable. And as my virtual patients, you guys are around the world, flossing is non-negotiable for you too. You got to do this every single day. Why? Because when you don't floss, you're missing 40% of the surfaces in your mouth that your toothbrush just can't reach. So if you like, Dr. Sean, I just don't floss, where every day that you're brushing one time, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and then you're not flossing, that means you're only doing 60% of the job. And if you only brush it one time a day, you're really only doing 30% of the job. So how you expect your teeth to take care of you when you get an F in oral hygiene? How do you expect your teeth to take care of you as you get older and you're eating all this BS, you're drinking all this soda, eating all this candy, when you're giving the bacteria exactly what they want? You giving them you making the bacteria rich. They're getting richer and richer and richer, and they're going to destroy your teeth so you have no teeth left and they don't have nowhere to go. That's normally how it happens. They get rich off of you. They sit in there in the middle of the night and you'll get something called nocturnal tooth pain when it hurts at night. Because just like you go to the club at night, the bacteria get real active at night. They're like, okay, it's dark, it's wet, they're not talking, they're not moving. This is the perfect time for us to decapitate these teeth. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. That means you got to floss your teeth so that you don't miss those 40% of surfaces not covered by your toothbrush. Guess what, guys? If you skip the flossing and you go to the dentist, we're going to tell you, hey, stop the cap, because you're going to have what? You're going to have interproximal cavities.
Stop the cap.
I'm going to say stop the cap. You got a couple cavities in here. You have not been brushing. Oh, yeah. And you're going to be like,
oh, hell no.
I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be like, yeah, that's what time it is. Literally, you are leaving bacteria between your teeth every day if you don't floss. This is where cavities and gum disease love to start, is between your teeth. So remember now, the bacteria break down the acid invades the enamel, all of that good stuff. So if you never flossing, you're allowing this to happen. You just allowing it. Ain't nothing can save you after that. Number 3 is to use a fluoride toothpaste. Fluoride strengthens the enamel and helps prevent tooth decay. People are mixed about fluoride, but I love fluoride. Anytime I have even like sensitivity and I put a little fluoride on it, it's gone. That substance that I mentioned earlier, the Curadon, it now has fluoride in it because when they brought it to the United States, they had to put fluoride in it to have it approved by the FDA. Even though this material has been used around the world for over a decade. I don't know why the United States is like that. They don't really care about helping their citizens. In my opinion, they should offer Curadon free to citizens, honestly. But it's the United States. It's a capitalist place where everything costs. Number 4, guys. This number 4 tip is going to be shocking. It's going to be pretty shocking. This is one of the best ways to protect your teeth. And not only that, it's going to be one of the best ways for you to be healthier. Guess what that is? To drink more water. Yep. Water. H2O. Why is that, Dr. Sean? Why do you recommend we drink more water, guys? Because remember, water doesn't break down into sugar. It doesn't. What is the purpose of water? It is so healthy. It don't have a taste, and most people like the soda because they want the acid taste. They want that acid fizzle sweetness. They want that orange flavor. They want the grape. They gotta have that Coca-Cola. But drink more water. Water is going to help wash this acid away. What does water do? It also reduces your bacteria in your mouth and protects your enamel. Think about it. You got all this bacteria and you're drinking soda. They love it. But if you switch it up and you drink water, the bacteria like, wait, it's kind of like rinsing your mouth. That's why you want to brush twice per day, floss, so you keep the bacteria very, very low. Number 5 tip is limit your sugar intake. I've been talking about the sugar for this whole live. How much sugar you eat matters. If it's often, you're going to get cavities often. So constant feeding on bacteria all day is going to cause cavities. Now to the moms out there, even to the newborns, not really the newborns, but the babies developing teeth, to the parents who allowing their kids to snack all night, you looking in the kids' mouth, they got all types of butter and plaque. The kids have pain just like adults. So if you know that a toothache hurts just like having a baby, why would you want a kid to go through that? Take your kids to the dentist. A lot of times these kids have free dental insurance and the parents so damn lazy. They so focused on making sure they self look good. They so focused on going to the club. They so focused on themselves that they a bad parent and letting the kids get cavities when all they got to do is take them to the dentist. Because guess what? They going to go to school and they can't focus because they got a toothache. I've seen it. And then they get to the end where the parents, when you get it, nothing is worse than having that child crying in pain in the middle of the night and you can't do nothing about it but just watch your child hurt because you didn't make them brush their teeth. You're not teaching them oral hygiene habits. You're not making them learn how to floss. You ain't doing shit. You not doing nothing until they have pain. You can't be that busy. You can't be that busy in life. You can't. If you are that busy, it's a shame on you. It's a shame on you. Okay? Because when you get to take them to the dentist, it's going to be like, you know, I'm so happy.
Hey, before you sleep, I'm so glad you make this. Good night.
I don't know what the hell I just played, but boy, these sounds be tripping me out. You got to be built different, guys.
I'm built different.
You gotta be built different, okay? You can't be like the norm. You gotta be built different. Number 6 is professional cleanings, okay? Every perfect brusher builds tartar. I have people who brush twice per day. They floss every day, but they still build up tartar. They still need to check in with the dentist to make sure that they don't have any new cavities. They still need to have those x-rays done because sometimes you have cavities between the teeth. Remember, you can't see without an x-ray. So when you get that x-ray and you notice, oh my God, it's the start of a cavity, have your dentist do Curodont. If you get the x-ray and it's like a big cavity, go ahead and get that filling. Don't wait until they get bigger, okay? And when you get your cleanings, it's going to make you so much happier. Sometimes you need cleanings every 3 to 4 months, but your dentist will have to diagnose you and say, hey, you got a lot of buildup, you got a lot of calculus, you need a deep cleaning. If you've never been and you have a lot going on, you're not going to just need a regular cleaning in the beginning. You're going to need a deeper cleaning. Do the deep cleaning. Do it. If you got insurance, great, but do the deep cleaning. I was talking to a family member and they was like, Dr. Sean, my dentist said I need a deep cleaning and da-da-da-da-da, and I think they had to pay like out of pocket like $20-$30, and they had insurance. I was like, listen, do the deep cleaning, because if you come to my office, the deep cleaning is like $200 to $300 per quadrant. There's 4 quadrants if you need all 4 quadrants. So if you got this insurance, use your insurance, because it's not cheap out of pocket. But if you got to do it out of pocket, it's going to be cheaper than you having no teeth. Okay? Because remember, when the bacteria starts to cause your tooth to separate from the bone, it's going to create this pocket. The bacteria go down in this pocket and they continue to separate the tooth from the bone. When you get a deep cleaning, it goes inside of the pocket to clean all of that out so that the tooth can maybe, rejuvenate, so you don't have the bone loss continuing. So that's why you do a deep cleaning. And a lot of times people who need deep cleanings, they have that calculus. You've seen those pictures. I could pull them up right now, but I don't want to get sidetracked. You can see those pictures on Google. Just Google calculus build up on teeth and see how it looks. And you'll see how it's caked on, it's stuck on. So many times, if we do those cleanings, it is going to be very painful. So the deep cleaning allows us to numb you up so that we can go inside of the pocket, clean out all of the debris, the bacteria, the inflammation, and allow that tissue to heal. Okay? So if you have dental implants, you still must have good oral hygiene. This is the part where people get it a little confused. If you already have implants, you must treat them like premium teeth. You can't treat them worse than you treated your teeth. They must be treated like premium teeth, because you pay a premium. You paid a pretty dollar for them. You paid a pretty dollar. Okay? So you can't treat them like anything. You can't just be like, I got these implants, I don't have to brush no more. You can't do that. All right? You can't do that. Some people are going to be like, why? Why not? Why can't you do that?
Why?
Why? I'll tell you why. Because implants can fail if your hygiene is poor. Do y'all see how everything leads back to poor oral hygiene is bad? If your implants fail because you have poor oral hygiene, this is called peri-implantitis. Okay? This is like, inflammation of the implant, which can cause the implant to fail because you're not brushing twice per day, you're not flossing, you're not using water flossers, you're not going to the dentist. Healthy gums are a must. Okay? Now, I've been on here for way longer than an hour talking about teeth. It's crazy how I could just get so sidetracked talking about teeth, but I'm happy that I was able to help, at least one person today really take their oral hygiene a lot more serious than I know that we do. So let me leave you with this, guys. You only get 2 sets of teeth in your whole entire life, if you're lucky, right? You get your baby teeth, and then you get your adult teeth. And once those adult teeth are gone, they are gone forever. It's like, once I'm gone forever. Once a good girl go bad, she gone forever. It's kind of like that. Once they gone forever. Your natural teeth, yes, you can replace them, but it's going to be expensive. Right? It's going to be very, very expensive. And then you're going to be very, very sad.
No, I don't really feel like it.
And you don't feel like brushing your teeth, you're going to be very, very sad. You're going to be like, I don't really feel like being a brat. All right? But anywho, we are relying on technology to replace what nature gave us for free, guys. So you got your teeth for free. I remind you, for the free. Clock that teeth. You got those for free. But if you don't take care of them for free, you will be paying. Okay? Implants are amazing. Dentistry today is incredible. We're going into new heights. But the best dentistry is to never really need dentistry. in a way. I mean, you need the cleanings and stuff, but the best dentistry is your natural teeth. Okay, so 2 minutes of brushing, 1 minute of flossing. You know, a couple of visits a year to the dentist can save you so much time, thousands of dollars, years of pain. It can save you so much headache and protect your smile and your confidence for life. So, like we started at the beginning of this, your mouth is the gateway to your health. So make sure you take care of it. Okay? Because when your smile is healthy, everything else in your life is going to be beautiful, bright, outstanding, amazing, most of the time. So, I'm done with my little rant. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. The chat is open. Let me know if y'all got any questions that you might not have been able to ask your dentist. You can ask Dr. Sean. I'll be live for a couple more minutes. Drop the questions in the chat. And thank you to TikTok for getting us to our goal of 1K hearts. Make sure y'all grab your daily heart meat. Make sure you are following. If you want more oral hygiene lives, if you want more American Indian lives, if you want more hood to hooded lives, more professional entrepreneur lives, I'm just pretty much, I talk about a lot of stuff on here. I don't want the Hood to Hooded podcast to be like one dimensional. I feel like when you're going from hood to hooded and you breaking generational curses, it has to be multi-dimensional. Meaning generational curses are so like embedded into the fabric of everything you do that you have to touch on all bases, which is why this podcast touches on everything. This was motivational always. Enjoy hanging out. Thank you, Tea Time Beauty. You know, I think I saw you live earlier. And it was like soon as I opened up my app and then it just went away. Did you go live? I gotta come and check you out when you go live. I think I saw you live. What days do you go live actually? And thank you so much for the positive feedback. I really appreciate that, guys. The positive feedback, liking, sharing, reposting, it really helps us grow as a podcast. Like I said, the podcast is literally growing. I'm so excited. On my actual podcast analytics, I'm getting like downloads every week now, which is crazy because I used to be the only one downloading my podcast. I just downloaded to see a download, but now it's like, what? Other people downloading it? It's crazy. Last week, yes, it was random. No schedule yet. Oh, I thought I seen it today. Maybe that was just like a video. I'm gonna have to go and check it out. Show you some love because you always showing love. Thank you. Glad I found you. Yes, I'm glad you found me too. I can sense nothing but positive energy. And I'm all about positive vibes. Like y'all said, this is a safe space. And Dr. Sean do block. I don't give people a chance. I just be like, you know what? Your energy not matching. I gotta block you because you trying to distract me. And y'all know how the trolls be. Well, I guess I am going to pause this live for the day. I will probably be back later because I'm just trying to do my whole live thing. I'm trying to do it more, connect to my audience. I'm working on my own goals and you help me keep going. Yes, you got to keep going. Like, you got to keep going. I don't know where you are with your goals, but it's a must you keep going. And one thing that I realize as I keep going in life is that I'm always going to have goals and I always got to keep going. You know, community facts, and I'm here for the community. So that's why I'm live, because I'm trying to build this community where we can have a safe space to just like accomplish our goals together, grow together, learn, have a better oral hygiene IQ, and just really make shit happen. You know, that's what I'm about, making it happen. I came from a place where it was hood as hell, where things weren't meant to happen for me. I came from a place where generational curses could have easily clocked me out of my dreams and my goals. But I said, no, not today. Because guess what? I'm built different. You are built different. And that's what's going to help us accomplish our goals, because we built different. Even when we go through the worst of the worst of the worst, we still going to come out on top. Why? Because we're built different. And you just got to know that. All right?
I'm built different.
Bam. I am working on creating support groups for women. I got to get out of my own way. Listen. I just said the same thing like a couple of days ago. You got to get out of your own way. Sometimes we in our own way. We overthink stuff. You know, we get in our own head. We try to think, make sure it's perfect. And then you end up not doing anything. Which is why now I just start. I just go, because if I get in my own head, I won't do anything. And then you'll see years pass by. People don't know time be flying. When you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not accomplishing your goals, you'll be like, dang, where did the 10 years go? Where did the 5 years go? I said I was going to do this a year ago, and not realizing it's been 5 years since you set that goal. You got to keep going. Someone said people are waiting on me stepping into my purpose. Listen, I'm waiting on you. Not just people, I'm waiting on you. You got to step into your purpose. Listen, if I wouldn't have stepped into my purpose, we would never meet. Right? Which means because we met, it's a must that you step into your purpose. You got to vow to step into your purpose, and you can't let nothing stop you from stepping into your purpose. You are your biggest competition, period. And once you recognize that you're your biggest competition, you will step into your purpose. Because somebody needs your purpose. Somebody needs your voice. It's like me. A lot of times I feel like I don't have much to say, or I still got more to accomplish, or I'm not there yet, or, that's just something that's blocking me from stepping into my purpose. It's nothing but a bunch of doubt. It's nothing but, the lack of experience for what you're trying to accomplish. And that could be kind of scary. Like, just thinking back before I even got into dental school, it was so scary. I was so nervous. But looking back at it now, I would not change a thing. I would go through all of the fears, all of the scariness, all of the ups, all of the downs, all over again, because it was so worth it for me to step into my purpose. When you accomplish something no one can take away, when I walked across that stage here, y'all, when I got that degree, you see that smile on my face? You probably can't see it too good. But I'm smiling so big, like, because I was like, I can't believe this shit. I actually broke a curse. Like, nobody can take that away, okay? So just take that from me. Whatever your purpose is, don't let nobody take it away. Don't let life stop you. Get your degree. Whatever that is, it don't have to be a literal degree. It could be a business. It could be a new mindset. Whatever it is, cross that stage. Go to the next level. The journey is part of the blessing. Facts. My journey is a big part of my blessing. One of the reasons why I even took this journey is because this lady at the top, my mom, she saw something in me when we was in the project. She said, "You gonna be a doctor." I'm in the hood. I'm in the project. Never seen a black doctor. My doctor white. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? But it was a part of the journey. Losing her, 7, 8 years old, was a part of my journey. And still having to say, you know what? I lost my mom. My dad is out living his life, going through incarceration and, the judicial system. We know how unfair that is. So I had to go back and apologize for myself for realizing it was meant for him to be set up. But I still had to go through my journey and make it happen. I could not find any excuses. And the moment I got into dental school, the one thing they said is you can't have no excuses. So ever since then, I don't have any excuses about my journey. Sometimes I get down. Sometimes I feel defeated. Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I cry. Many times I felt depressed. Many times I felt like giving up. Many times I felt like I wasn't going to make it. Many times I felt like the generational curses was going to kill me before I killed them. But guess what? I'm here now. I'm able to talk to people around this world to tell them about oral hygiene, to tell them about how important it is for you to take your mind from hood to hood and stop waiting. Continue on that journey. We digging for diamonds, and you a diamond in the rough. You're going to go through some pressure. You're going to go through all of these different things, but you're a diamond in the rough. And Tea Time Beauty, we waiting on you, queen. It's your time. We waiting on you. Build that community. It is so needed. It is very much so needed. Just like Hood to Hooded is needed for people to, whatever I do, I don't know, inspire people. Your community is needed. We need it. And I want to invite when you start it too. All right. So I'm going to get off of here, guys. Make sure you turn those notifications on. I don't see any questions. I feel, oh, this feels like a big hug. It is. Air hug. Air hug. Yes, it is a big hug from me to you. All right. We don't have any questions, guys, so Dr. Sean is off the mic. I will holler at y'all in the next live. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss it. And I will see y'all later today. Have a wonderful day. I will. Bye, family.
And you know we on that yeah. The need you back. Yeah. And you know we all glad. The pyramid standing tall, yeah, fact. Turtle Island strong, yeah, fact. Say it loud, say it back. The need you back. History live, tried to erase us. Pages rip, but they could never debate us. Cause when we go back in them records, we pulling receipts out the bruh. Yeah, receipt after receipt, don't blink. Copper tone and ink, don't think. Melanin glisten the sand every day. Turtle Island moves when we making a play. They don't feel pain till it's them. They don't cry tears till it's them. But when it was us for all those years, they was eating off us, feeding off us cheers. Building empires off stolen breath. Smiling while we starve to death. But the truth don't drown and come back fast. That's why the past keep hunting their ass. Yeah. I need you back. Yeah. You know we up that yeah. I need you back. Yeah. You know we up glass. The pyramid standing tall, yeah, fact. Turtle running strong, yeah, fact. Say it loud, say it back. The need you back. American Indian, let's begin. Not pretend, not blend, not bend. Been here millions, yeah, billions old. Before your borders, papers, lies got told. Before the ships, before the chains, before they put false names on pain. We the land of bone, the seed. You can't copyright blood or creed. They try to rename us Vox and sin, erase the truth and profit then. But memory live in the soil deep. Every mouth still got secrets to keep. So when we rise, it's ancestral math. Every step forward undo the past. We ain't asking, we taking it back. Say it with me, I need you back. Need you back, need you back, need you back. Oh, yeah. I need you back.